Welcome everyone, it's Vapors of Dragamar. It's time for another episode of Raid Shadow Legends. In this episode, we will be continuing up the hill. Yes, up the hill that is leveling Gnarlhorn. And his final bid. In the last episode, we were climbing up the terror that is campaign, and it's not even the final terror anyway, to level up Gnarlhorn and Outrider, and we will be continuing that in this episode. Yes. Climbing through Valdemar Strait. This will hopefully be what we need. And hopefully this time we will complete his final gauntlet. Because this felt like a really long gauntlet. Because trust me when I say it takes a while to level characters. It really does. And the journey you've seen, you didn't even see the full extent of the journey. In fact, I used potions on him as well to speed up the process. And I had to level all the food off screen. We didn't even cover that. Oh no. Oh no, we didn't cover that part. We did not even cover that part. Now, if you're wondering, Vaporspit, is it worth taking him to 6-star and all this? I'm not just doing this for the Doom Tower. I'm doing this for Faction Wars. Because I might be able to defeat Faction Wars with just him being 60. Well, not all of Faction Wars, but a lot of it. We might be able to take on the Faction Wars boss just with him being in that state. You know? But before we do that, we've got to condense food. I know you're like, condensed food? This is the behind the scenes stuff that you don't see me do. You don't see me do this stuff a lot. But I guarantee you, I do a lot of this off screen. A lot. It's a lot that you don't see. You are spared a lot. And I mean a lot of food grinding. Because, believe this or not, the amount of grinding it actually takes to make this game work properly is probably more than most of my viewers could possibly stand. I kid you not. I kid you not. Like, we're not even... I'm not even done yet with the condensing of the food and the... It takes so much work to make this happen. Like I seriously can't explain how much effort it actually takes to take a champion all the way up here. Like, it's a maniacal amount. I know that you guys don't realize how much it is. But once you actually try, it will become clear. It will become clear exactly what it actually takes. Because here's the thing. Even when I get to the end of this campaign, he won't be 60 yet either. Because I have so much food to raise to take so many champions up to par. Like, he'll reach 40. While this guy will reach 60. And then I still have to do a whole bunch of food raising later. Because I have to stop the buildup of 40s. You see the amount of, like, potential and already forged 40s there are? Yeah. That has to stop. It's the runaway plague of 40s. And he's going to add to it. At least temporarily, unfortunately. Because it takes so much to get a champion. Like, even the ones that you want to get to whatever, it takes so much to actually get them into the upper echelon. See, and by provoking, but he will get there because he's actually valuable. I now understand that he's valuable and I'm not going to leave him alone. But I had to understand first that he was actually worth taking all the way up here before I did that. Because the problem is, to get a champion all the way up, you have to put a stupid amount of resources into your champions. See, he's getting stronger already. But he'll get even stronger when I actually get him to rank 5 and get him better gear. That's the truth of the matter. And if you're wondering, Elhain still does good damage. I know she's bad. I know she's not a good character at all. But for some reason, despite not being a good character, she still does damage. She can still farm campaign. Don't ask me how. I mean, she has masteries for one thing, but she can still farm campaign despite being Garbaggio. Don't ask me how she does it. She can do it almost as well as the rest of them. I don't understand why, but she can. She's supposed to be trash, theoretically, but she's okay in campaign. I thought she was supposed to be trash in campaign. I don't. Okay, first, I'm going to get my last of the energy fuels. And some gems, much needed gems. Who needs... Oh, she's lacking. Ooh, she needs an amulet. I guess I could give her this amulet temporarily. Until I can get her a better amulet. I don't like to call her a barbarian because she's such a cultured woman. Scylla the Drakes, but she is. She is, but she's such a good character. And she even, like, reasons out your whole squad. She's also just as good looking as War Maiden is. But this arguably makes her look even better. Arguably, her clothing. Very fashionable attire. Guess. Might as well put some points into my gear. Because the artifact enhancement event's about to end anyway. So we might as well try. I'll give this a little... Nah. This guy specifically needs help. His gear needs help. He needs a banner too, and he needs ascensions. So we can get his banner. Come on. Okay, thank you. I'm putting him in this gear mainly to give him that accuracy. Because he has problems with it. Because he needs to land his things. He needs to land his abilities on people. And it's a problem that he doesn't land it. Let's see. How much accuracy do we have here? 130. It's not too bad. This HP number could be a little better. It's good defense. Pretty shitty speed. Oh, if it upgrades accuracy, I'm gonna be amazed. Please. Please. There. Well, okay, I have to upgrade for that for a substat. Okay. Where were we? 8-6 brutal. Okay. Yep. This is his final gauntlet. Now, he doesn't have the most health, but I don't think it really matters. Besides, getting him to 60 will make the Mortus confused anyway on who to focus, but he does have lower level gear, so maybe they'll focus him anyway, which is exactly what I want him to do. The main thing I want him to do, though, is to put the provoke out. That's why I changed his gear. Because if they can only use their A1, it might stop the periling. The peril spam, which is exactly what I don't need him to do. Like the Mortus, I don't need them to peril spam. Particularly, I don't want them to peril spam my carries. They can peril spam my Gnarlhorn all day long, and as long as it doesn't kill him, we're juicy. Especially if they peril spam when he's got the unkillable up. That'll even be better. But if they peril spam my carries can't tank that. They'll just die. Even if I get the best nuker, if my nuker gets perilled, what am I going to do? I'm going to lose. Or if my decreased defense gets perilled, or even my burn champion, my Drexthar gets perilled, they're probably dead. And I can't afford them to be dead because they need to be used elsewhere in the area. I need someone who's strong enough that they can actually they can distract and potentially take the peril, most likely take the peril, to the face. That's what I need. That's what I need. I need them to be able to tank a peril to the face. I need him to take one for the team, live, and then if he eventually dies but not from a peril, I can get my Scylla the Drakes to pick him up again. The main thing, as long as he doesn't die from a peril, we're good. His main objective is to make sure that no one dies from peril. That's what his biggest use is. Besides wave control. He's good for wave control, but the main thing is to stop the block revives. Distract people that do block revives. That's his main use. It's the last thing I need. And it's also gone full circle because this is where Outrider lives. Once he gets to 40, we will be upgrading like his skills, and we'll also be eventually taking him up the ladder again. Because I've discovered he's actually worth his weight in upgrades. Now, this is a very enjoyable landscape, this interesting desert area. I wonder, does anyone ever wonder if there's any water in that well? I mean, I know we can't find out because we just have to fight our way across that. Look at that one shot, though. Incredible damage. Like, Elhain does a lot of damage for a trash champion, you know? For someone who's supposed to be trash, Elhain does a lot of damage. You gotta admit. For someone who's supposed to be completely bad, she does a lot of damage. Anyway, we're going to keep going on this. Nuking out these waves of enemies. Which I still don't know how Elhain does that, considering she's supposed to be completely trash. But sure. Sure game. Like, this isn't even her best gear possible. Like, I'm pretty sure I could find better gear for her in a dungeon and make her hit even harder. That's the thing. Like, if I rigged her in top tier savage gear, she wouldn't have the lifesteal anymore, but she would hit even harder. She probably would hit for harder than that. You can already see how hard that hits. You see how they all just like went pop. Yeah, she could do that, but even better. This guy can do the same, actually better. This guy can do even better than Elhain. He just needs the right gear. I do not know how he tanked that. Ugh. Okay, we're getting close to into this region. I will have to farm this region another time anyway. Just to like... Look how little damage Gnarlhorn's taking. He's becoming a monster already. I can see it now. Like, he is going to become... He might save us. Gnarlhorn might save us yet. Gnarlhorn might save us yet. Yeah, it's actually not that easy to ascend ninja because it takes a lot of potions. Is he immune to provoke? Oh, of course he's immune to provoke. Why did I even ask? Don't know why he's bloody immune to provoke, but sure. Sure, he has to be immune to provoke. Swatch. Well, he gets some increased defense on himself. I'll take that. We'll take it. Alright. And there's the hot Sachi. We'll eventually be promoting Sachi. Don't worry. Don't worry, my liege. We will eventually promote Sachi. But then I have to choose between Sachi and Outrider. It's a tough choice. It really is. Oh, that hurts. That choice hurts so much. Well, so then comes the choice that I have to choose. Arena or Shadowkin? That's what I have to make. Okay, actually, I have to look up. Can Sachi be used as an arena nuker? That's what I need to know. I need to know this. Because if she can, I want to develop her to be an arena nuker. Because she would go so well with my Shadowkin faction. She'd be the flower of the Shadowkin faction. This guy would be the heavy-handed nuker of the Barbarian faction. Which is beginning to fill up with some good champs in it on this account. The first one I leveled up and stuff was obviously War Maiden. For a lot of obvious reasons, not the least of which she's very pretty to look at, so she gives you plenty of eye candy when you're in arena. Granted, that may also be a detriment to yourself because you're probably too distracted staring at her sexy butt to do arena properly. She also decreases the defense of your enemies, which is hilarious. Okay. Now, we're going to be fighting these Dracomorphs. I've always wanted a Dracomorph. The game has never given me a Dracomorph, which I find obscenely annoying. In fact, it was because of the pretty lady thing that I ended up taking Elhain anyway, by mistake, like a moron. And yet, she still does enough damage, despite being a trash starter, to do campaign. At least brutal campaign. Maybe not nightmare, but certainly brutal. She can certainly do that. Now, she's going to need some special gear if she wanted to farm Nightmare. I mean, I think she could do it with, like, really good gear, but I don't know. Alright. Gnarlhorn is growing up. Now, when we get to Hollowed Halls, I'm actually swapping Elhain out. Because Elhain is actually such a bad affinity matchup and does so poorly in Hollowed Halls that I'm actually swapping her out for another character. And it's not even Kale, because Kale doesn't actually do well in there. You might be surprised who I swap her with. And you've seen this before. See, that provoke there is brilliant. Because now they both harass him. And while they do that, it gives me all the time in the world to slap the hell out of them. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to raise more food, because there's so many champions. I have so many champions I want to level out. Because there's so many of them that are worth it, and so many of them that are not. There's so many characters in this game. Like, it's hard to even pony up the resources for the ones you want, rather than to try to just level up the ones you don't want just for food, to improve the ones you do want. Because in the beginning, they're not worth much. They're worth a lot more when you get the levels on them. Oh no, one of them resisted. Okay, we got him. We got him. So it always makes me afraid whenever I see someone resist the provoke. That's why you need the accuracy to resist the provoke. Now, remember how I said we're going to be digging into the gems? I wasn't joking. We are going to end up digging into them now. But even if we run out of gems, we can always go to another account, because I have 3 of them. Not that we're not, but theoretically, even if we were, which I'm not planning on it, I still have the other accounts to work on, because gems are a renewable resource in the first place and will eventually regen themselves. Once this tournament won't regen itself, and Epic Books won't regen itself, but the gems will. With time, the gems will regen itself. Because I have my gem mine at max, hopefully. I have to check that 100%. But if memory serves correct, the gem mine, I mean, it still feels weird to say that Elhain can do stuff in campaign even though she's supposed to be awful. See, I use Drexstar. The game already knows. I don't know how the game knows, but the game knows that Drexstar is better for farming in here or whatever, or I use Drexstar or whatever in this, and he just says here, Drexstar. I don't know how the game knows, but the game already knows. I don't know how the game knows that I don't use Elhain in here, but I don't. Ooh, someone ranked up their Mausoleum Mage. Well, I wish him all the luck. I will eventually do that, by the way. You're like, but Vaporsmith, why? Well, there's a reason. Mausoleum Mage, which I now own, is one of the best cleansers. And you really want cleansers. Because in certain areas in Doom Tower, if you don't have like 1 or more cleansers, preferably 2 cleansers, you could be just screwed. You're done. You're actually dead. Like in certain content, you'll want multiple cleansers. You don't want those bombs or whatever the hell it is on you. Ha ha. Every time you hit him, you get burned. Get burned. See, doing it this way is easier because they don't have that negative affinity problem That's the thing that's annoying about this area. Yeah, like I said, we will be digging into gems. Because there's only so much we can do with that before that happens. And we won't be able to do enough campaign in one night. I mean, not campaign, arena in one night to do that other mission anyway. To get the 200 energy. On top of that, we can't get a larger energy reserve. The energy reserve is capped out now for some reason, and it only gives me additional gems. So there's that too. Come on. There we go. Ooh, someone ascended their sill. I did fully ascend my sill on this account. I will be getting another sill to ascend soon. There we go. I don't know how the game knows that I used Rexstar on here, but I'm like, yeah. Because I don't like using Elhain on here. The affinity thing makes it annoying. Yeah. And here's the weird thing. He actually crits in here. And then we're going to lash him soon. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Mess around with my Drexstar. You're gonna hate your life. Look at that. Brilliant. Yeah, go ahead. Try me. Go ahead. Okay, yeah. Outrider reached 40. That's good. Unfortunately, that adds to the plague of 40s, but you know. So we're gonna do that. Because when it comes down to it, we're just gonna have to make a lot of 4-star. Because my biggest problem right now is I have too many 40s. Way too many 40s and 50s. Like, way too many. Like, all these champion chase tournaments and stuff. You know what the irony is? This is not a fake FTP. This is a real free-to-play account. That's the irony. It's just, I put a stupid amount of effort into this game, so that's how I did it. None of this is pay to win. Not one of my accounts is pay to win. Even if it totally looks like it's pay to win, I can verify that it's not. Granted, it's extremely tempting to not do this game of free-to-play for a lot of reasons, not the least of which is that your resources are often quite limited, especially books. Books and gems and energy. And shards. Oh, yes. Looks, gems, energy, and shards. And armor, but I already learned long ago that you don't need to buy armor. You can just get it from dungeons. Which is good to know because I don't want to have to even get tempted into something that is a bad idea and a bad deal. If I ever choose to make and here's the thing, there's a reason that I do free-to-play accounts also. It's because I don't have a lot of money. I love the game, but I don't have a lot of money. So, because of this, I both love the game and I don't have a lot of money, and I don't have an easy-to-get job either because of the current climate, yeah, that's going to result in a lot of, if I'm going to play the game a lot of free-to-play account shenanigans. Not the least of which is that I made an oath at the beginning, even if I got a lot of money, I was not going to do it because I wanted to prove myself as a challenge. I wanted to prove that I was up to the challenge. Which is a difficult thing to do. Yeah, you and the vile insults. This is probably the most annoying floor of all of them. But they still are not going to escape this alive. Case in point. They are not going to escape this alive. Alright. Keep it going. If you're wondering why the lemur and her is here, simple answer, they're going to be turned into food. Because I only need a specific set and type of demons in my squad. I mean, I already have a Marquess. I already have a good amount of demons. I just have to develop them. I have a good amount of a lot of champions. I have a good amount of high elves. Again, they're not developed. I have a good amount of dark elves to some extent. Again, a good amount of them not developed. I have a good amount of well, not that many skinwalkers, but a couple skinwalkers. Again, not developed really. I have a good amount of dwarves. I have a really nice dwarf. Again, she's not developed. Got long braids. I mean, not everyone appreciates Gala long braids, but that's their loss, not mine. If you don't understand the value of Gala long braids, I guess I can explain it later in depth, but to suffice it to say, you don't know a lot about the game if you think that Gala long braids is not a valuable character. Let's just say that. Yeah, get these suckers out of here. And there you go. And we even got a cultist for our efforts. Alright. Good old Bistophus. A boss so wickedly powerful. that a lot of that, like, at least for our starter champions. Not for Drexthar, ironically. Drexthar has no issues whatsoever with Bastafis. He is a greater evil. Note how little he cares about these guys. His problem, though, is with Mortu, because Mortus can, like, burst him down for some reason. Don't ask me how, but they just do with their raw DPS. Get out of here with your corrupting touch. I want to hear that. Here. I have a burning lash. Oh, you couldn't even. There. We're controlling the narrative. Get that burn in. I like how neither of them take almost any damage from this. It's bloody hilarious. Look at that! I nuked him! Straight up. Okay, the final gauntlet of doom, which will be in Brimstone Pass. You know it. I know it. We can crack up in a whole boatload of shards here. See what we uncover. Saurus is not that bad. I might develop a cracked out Saurus one of these days. Now, how are we going to do this? First off, she's going to become part of the food. Because again, she's not that good. I see her used for food a lot. What is her ranks though? Would like to see. No, like legitimately. Is she, how useful is she? Not really. Yeah, not good enough. Yeah. All right. The final gauntlet. Because again, I have to make these calls, man, and it's rough. It's rough making these calls because I have to make so many rank 4 foods to get these suckers up the ladder, you know? And only a certain amount of my champions are even worth 6-star, but just to get those champions to 6-star, the ones that are worthy, is incredibly hard. Like Dark Aethel is not even worth 6-star, and I'm not going to do it. But Dark Elhain is worth 6-star. So that's an example right there. Some of them are worth 6-star that I didn't even know were worth 6-star. Like Outrider, for instance. I always knew Sachi was worth 6-star. I just didn't expect to get her. I got her while trying to get Calvalax, which unfortunately I wanted Sachi more than Calvalax because, well, not entirely, but I kind of did actually, yeah. I really badly wanted Sachi. Like, badly. I wanted her to have her on at least one account for the longest time, and I'm like, can we just get her once, please, 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 please? And then one day, she walked out of the portal, out of the Sacred Shard. I mean, I would have preferred a legendary, but still, it's not bad. So yeah, this is the final gauntlet. The final gauntlet of the great Gnarlhorn. I had a lot of all the den I had a little fun, I had a lot, a little, no, no, the yard, a little, the end, I had a little, done the end, I had a little fun, I had a yard. It's time. It's time for everyone to start leveling in the final gauntlet of doom. Yep, the final gauntlet of doom. But before promoting anyone, I want to know, is it possible to use Sachi as an arena nuker? I do want to know that. Because I need champions to function as arena nukers. I wonder if Ninja's a good arena nuker. Can we make him function as one? Questions. Yuck. I hate things that increase cooldowns. Hopefully we okay, we almost one shot. Not bad. Okay, we got him up to that. All right. We're plumbing the depths. And yes, this has been a very difficult and long journey. But I'm going to go boost him some levels just with some potions, because this is... the anticipation is killing me. Like, I've been anticipating this for a very long time. Because he has a very special task. And I will not rest until he is 60. Get that. We got a Diabolus, not bad. Yep, the final gauntlet of doom. Because I do have to raise a whole bunch more food later. Unfortunately, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use up this energy, and then I'm gonna pump. Gonna keep trying to pump XP in him. The only reason I'm keeping the thing on is to try to give him extra oomph. Give him extra punch of like give all my food extra punch. So my food hopefully can upgrade my other stuff. Okay. Because that's my main objective. Is to try to give him as much as my anticipation can stand before I resort to elixir spam. Because I need him at 60 because I want him to do a specific job and I also want him to do other jobs and I just want this tournament to... Okay, we got that. That's progress. You know what? We'll do it like this. We'll do it like this. This is how we'll do it. We'll make a elimination tournament where we get to the point where we only solo funnel him XP. That's where I'm thinking here. Okay, we did that. We did that. We did that. We're not likely to beat that. So how... That'll be 3 days. Gonna get a rare skill tome. Because again, you need those books. Books are rare. Now, we gotta keep his gear going. Come on, please. Never mind, I'm not gonna do it right this second. I need to instead dump juice on him. And then dump further juice on him after that. Let's dump some of these. Come on. Let's get him up there. I don't even care. I want to get this guy to 60 so bad. All right. Let's do this. We're getting him to 60, boys. I know it was a little expensive on elixirs, but I'm not screwing around anymore. I want him to be freaking 60. And I've done enough farming for tonight. On this account, at least. Just, it feels like an infernal amount of farming to do for one night. Alright, he's getting close. Will this be the battle that he gets there is the question. It's the question of the century. And you know, it's also the question of the century, whether or not he's going to get perilled. Because believe this or not, I've actually have him getting killed by peril before in this fight. Okay, I got that Valley of Death on him. Oh, he doesn't get provoked by that? Okay. Well, we're just going to repeat this fight until he gets it. Yep. That's how we're going to do it. That is how we're going to do it. There we go. And does he get it? No, just. He just misses it. He just misses it. Just misses the mark. Gives me plenty of time here. And there we go. He's 60! I had a lot over the tender yard. The greatest defender of them all reaches that. And in the next episode, we're going to try to fully ascend him, maybe two, if we can. Oh boy. It's a long way up. It's been a long way since I've been below 1,000 gems, but there we go.